Hey guys, Chip Glennon here. Back today to talk to you about the Kansas City real estate market and a few tips and tricks on ways to find out what your house is worth. Just want to bring to your attention, there's a link here on the side to click if you're thinking about selling a home, get yourself a free market evaluation. Also, if you're in the market looking for a home or somebody you know is thinking about moving, we have a search tool here on this website that gives you a VIP backstage pass to the MLS. Now back to our topic, 4 ways to find out what your home's worth. So the first thing of the 4 ways to find out what your home's worth is to figure out your X factors. And what I mean by that is it's good to know what homes nearby yours have actually sold for recently. You know, appraisers have a difficult job of making sure, A, they're protecting the bank when the bank loans that buyer money on your home. So appraisers want to be very scientific and exacting when they arrive at the value of your home so they can put their name on it and then, you know, hopefully that there would never be any trouble with that loan where the bank had to take that property back. So appraisers want to be careful that they can justify the value of your home by finding the 3 most similar homes, and sometimes that's very tough to do, but the 3 most similar homes to yours and finding out what those homes brought per square foot. And that's one of the X factors. Another X factor is what is the current supply and demand of buyers and sellers for homes like yours in the marketplace today. And that is an X factor that is not easy to calculate. But if you miss the mark and your house isn't priced in the sweet spot, what I can tell you is it could very well cancel or expire and not sell. And that's an unfortunate situation. And that's one of the reasons I really recommend when you're determining the price of your home and deciding who you want to do the marketing for one of your largest investments, the sale of your home, make sure you're hiring an expert advisor, not just an average realtor out there that sells a few homes a year. And I think it's important for you to ask how many homes that person sells a year and do they have the experience to really get you top dollar and attract the highest possible offer for your home in a short amount of time. So the next thing about finding out what your home is worth, I think it is a good idea to make sure that the person is an expert and a local area specialist for a home like yours. And so just to give you a couple of examples of that, you know, one of the things that we encourage our clients to do, and I think anyone who is an expert in their field, whether it's an orthopedic surgeon or whether it's an attorney, people have areas that they specialize in. It's not a bad idea when you're interviewing an orthopedic surgeon, as an example, to do knee surgery on you. You know, how many knee surgeries do you do a year? I think that the surgeon who does a lot of surgeries and he tears into your knee and there's nothing he hasn't seen before, you want that guy. I don't want the guy necessarily who just does one here and there. So it's great to ask the people you're interviewing for the marketing of your largest asset, your home, what their track record is. How many homes do you sell a year? What is your average list to sell price ratio? You know, what is the average sale price of the homes that you sell? What are your average days on the market? And an expert advisor that works on my team will be able to rattle these statistics off to you very quickly because it's your competitive advantage we're concerned about. And really, you know, when you're making this decision, you want to make sure you have the best expert who's going to attract the highest possible offer for your home by creating the most demand on it and the most footsteps to the front door. And so I think getting an agent in the know who has the experience and the background and the marketing resources and dollars to create demand on your property is a very important factor when you're making this decision of who to trust with the sale of your property. Another tip and trick about finding out what your home is worth is simply to, you know, get the opinion of some marketers, and certainly, you know, we consider ourselves an expert advisor, not a realtor or real estate agent. But whether you get a couple of realtors and an expert advisor and potentially even an appraiser, specifically if your home is a unique property and there's not 3 comparable sales that an appraiser is going to easily be able to use with your house. If you live in the country or you have a very custom built home, it can be a little more problematic to arrive at a value. So it's about $400 to get an appraisal. I many times encourage my clients, you know what, we should also get an appraisal. Being educated on the value of your home is a very important factor. As an expert advisor, we make sure we spend the time to go through the market, talk through with you the different ideas of value that make sense within the time frame you want to get your home sold. and an appraiser can be a very valuable part of that process. So I am 100% behind anybody who wants to get an appraisal, specifically if we're struggling with the correct value of your home. What I can tell you is buyers are very, very educated when they're out there shopping and comparison shopping homes in the marketplace. They are sometimes better educated about what home value should be than the sellers, simply because they're going through lots and lots and lots of homes, and they know what their money will buy them in the current market. They're seeing what's selling fast, they're seeing what's sitting and taking longer. And so when, as a seller, I think what's important is get it priced in the sweet spot, and you will be successful. If you're too far over or too far under the sweet spot, you get in that danger zone that we don't want you to be in. So always consider the idea that an appraiser may be well when values are coming in all over the place when you're looking at analysis on your house. So the last way to find out what your home's worth in the market today is to make sure you price it based on the 3 C's. And those 3 C's are quite simply competition, consumption, and condition. We talk about competition. It's important because you'll need to know how many homes are on the market at a given point in time that are in the same price range as your home. And we want to be able to calculate how many buyers are absorbing homes in that price point that have the similar amenities that your house does. So I think competition is one of those 3 C's that you don't want to overlook. And there's a lot of realtors out there that don't pay attention to the absorption rates. And I think that you never want to look past supply and demand, because it's really what drives the prices up or down in a market where sellers are or are not successful. And that's one of the things as an expert advisor we'll really pay attention to, is what's going on with the competition in relation to your house on an ongoing basis until it's sold. And consumption, again, I think that's really what we're talking about with absorption rates. What is the market consuming right now for homes that are in the market? And you can really win when it comes to consumption simply by having the very best marketing plan available, so your home's exposed to all the buyers out there. And then second, by making sure that you're priced appropriately based on all that other competition. So the condition is important too, and that's your last C, is compare your house objectively with other homes that are on the market. You want to evaluate your home as a very picky buyer would. And I can rest assured that the buyers are extremely picky, because they have the luxury of not needing to buy until the home that meets their criteria actually hits the market. So what we want to do is eliminate all those little objections that a buyer has when they walk up to the front door in that 15 seconds, that first impression, all the way until they walk back out of the house to get in their car. All right, everybody, thanks again for watching our educational video piece on real estate this week. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Make sure if you have any topics you'd like us to talk about, you email those to us, and we'll be sure to include those in one of our next educational real estate videos. If you have any questions, be sure to click down below. You can email us, you can give us a call or text us. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have about buying or selling real estate. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.